Hi everyone, welcome back to a new video. I'm still in my bodged background because we're still packing behind this. There's a whole hot mess and I can't even show you, it's too embarrassing. But today I am here, I've just gone and made myself a lovely cup of tea because we're Brits, well I'm a Brit, and I love a good cup of tea that's really hot. I didn't realise quite how hot that was. So, today we are here to talk about Etsy packaging. It's one of the it's one of the things that you oversee when you're excited about your new Etsy shop, and it's definitely one of the things that I left until the very last minute when I opened up my Etsy shop and I forgot about. So today I'm here to show you what I package my products in, my top tips, and where to find really good, really cheap packaging, especially when you're first starting out. So I'm going to go through my top 6 tips first, or not tips, but more things you have to think about when you are packaging your products or when you're looking for packaging to package your products. Number 1 is use bubble wrap or bubble mailers or something like that. Make sure that your product is going to get there okay. Even if it's not breakable, I'd always recommend using some kind of protection, because the people that handle your mail, some can be lovely and very gentle with your mail, some can be quite rough with your mail, and just make sure that you show the customer that you've put care and attention into their new product by just showing a little bit of care and adding some protection in there. Tip number 2 is adding the word fragile on the envelope, even if it's not necessarily fragile. It just grabs the mail carrier's attention and just make sure that it's not just thrown into the back of a van or something like that. Tip number 3 is ship your items tracked or signed for, or both. The amount of times that I've had a customer message me, a UK customer, and they've said, okay, I haven't received this item, basically being a bit bolshy and a little bit rude about it. I've gone onto the tracking page and it physically shows them signing for it with their name, the signature, everything matches to them, and I either don't get a response or I just get a generic, oh okay, I forgot, thank you. So if you didn't send your item tracked, or if you don't send your items tracked, how will you ever know? Number 4 is under promise and over deliver. If you over promise and under deliver, customers are generally not going to be very happy with that. They're going to be like, well, why did you promise that you'd get it here within 2 days? If as a matter of fact, it's going to be 6 to 8 days. So just make sure that on your frequently asked questions or on your shipping profiles or anything like that, or even in the message that you send to a customer after they purchase something from your shop, just make sure that you under promise and over deliver. So if you know it's going to go first class signed for and you know that it will be there within 1 to 2 working days, just say 2 to 4 working days. So at least then the customers know, okay, well, I can expect it to be here within then. If it arrives earlier, fantastic, they're going to be dead pleased. If you overdo it and you say it's going to be there within 1 working days and it ends up taking the full 2 working days, it's working days as well. Imagine how disappointed your customer will be if it's for a gift that's due that day or the very next day or the next day after that. On this front as well, make sure that you don't say you're going to include a free gift or you're going to have a free polishing cloth or something like that if you're not going to put it in there, because again, that's a surefire way for customers to not be very pleased when they receive your package. Number 5, if you're shipping abroad or this item is going a long way, or in general the weather has been a bit rubbish, make sure that you use some kind of waterproofing. Now, if you're using bubble mailers like these, the bubble wrap inside acts as like a waterproof, I'm not quite sure if you can see that, acts as like a waterproofing itself. So just make sure that there is some layer of protection on your product. The last thing you want to do is to ship a handmade card, it get wet, it arrived to the customer in a really bad state, because believe me, I've been that customer before. I've received a card and it's been like mulch. Tip number 6 is more something to think about. You want to create a brand unboxing experience. Now, in a minute, I'll show you my old packaging versus my new packaging, and I'll walk you through my thoughts as to why I changed it and why I wanted to create more of an unboxing experience. Now, when your customer receives your product, is it going to just be in a bubble mailer just chucked in the bottom there? That doesn't really create a very good brand experience. It doesn't make it feel like Christmas when they see your item coming through the door and they're excited to open it. and they share it with their friends, because if your unboxing experience is that good, they will share it with their friends, social media, and all the things like that. Your packaging have your logo on, your brand colours on. Does it give the feeling that, yes, this is definitely from that store? Think of when you order things from Lush or another bath and body shop online. When you receive it, it comes in a nicely branded box and you know exactly what you're going to get. Or rather, you know exactly that what's coming through the door is your package from Body Shop, Lush, or anything like that. The same with Amazon. Now, I will assume that you've probably ordered at least one thing from Amazon. They come in an Amazon branded box, and you immediately know when that little like cardboard sleevey boxing with the little pull tab comes, you know, that's my Amazon order. They've done that to create an unboxing experience. Even the way that the little tab satisfies just being pulled down, and it always pulls down in a nice foul swoop, and it's just the best. They've done that though to create a brand experience and an unboxing experience. They want to make sure that yes, your items get there unbroken in one piece, but they also want you to have the feel of their brand when you open their packaging. Okay, I think I've talked enough about the 6 points. I'm going to show you how I used to package my items and how I package my items now. Okay, so on to how I used to package my products. So I used to, wrong way around, I used to put the jewellery in a pouch, and it used to be in like a little clear sealed zip bag. I used to pop it in there, do it up, and I used to wrap this little bit of ribbon around it. Let me see if I can do this. Can you see that? There we go. Used to wrap that little bit of ribbon around the neck of the pouch, tie it in a bow, obviously just not like that, but tie it in a bow. I used to pop it with my certificate, which this isn't the exact one, but I couldn't find one of my old ones, which as you can see, it wasn't, I mean, it was papery, it wasn't very good. It used to arrive mulched. And then I used to get a jiffy bag about this size, and I used to pop it in the bag. So that was my old packaging. My new packaging is as follows. Box. Now, can you see that? There we go. The boxes I use are very, very thin. They go as a first class small parcel. Inside, you can see it's got this little insert, which can be reversed, white or black. I can absolutely link these boxes below. They are fantastic. They are like a linen texture. I'm not quite sure if you can see that. The jewellery goes in there. The lid obviously goes on there like so. I have my new and improved certificate, which is like a tri-fold, something like that. A nice little QR code there on the back. I've even signed it on the back, so you know it's me, not anybody else. Both of these go in one of, and I'm very proud of these, one of these really lovely matte black square jiffy bags, and I've put a sticker on the back so you know it's from me. So straight away, this sounds really weird, but the quality of the bubble wrap in this versus this is a lot better. This is very flat, very soft. I can very easily like burst them. Even by just gently squeezing, I can burst them. But they are good to get you started off. These, on the other hand, are really fantastic bubbles. Really fantastic bubble wrap inside. They are really hard, so you can't burst them. They are completely, I would say, completely waterproof inside, apart from this little top flap. Also, the quality of the stickiness is really good. So when you're wrapping orders, I used to find with these that this just used to rip, and I can't even get it off now. See, it just used to rip, and it never used to stick. So I used to have to use tape on that as well, which just added to my time. The other thing as well, with my new packaging versus my old, all I have to do is literally put the jewellery nicely in this box, pop that in there, and in the jiffy bag. With the old pouch system, I used to have to put the piece of jewellery in a clear sealed bag, pop it in here, do it up, tie it up so it didn't fall out, tie the ribbon around, pop that in there, pop it in the jiffy bag in there, put tape across here as well. It doesn't sound like a lot of time, but when you're packaging 200 to 500 orders a week, it does take a lot of time. So my recommendation is to make sure that you get a jiffy bag that fits your product. So I have all these Jiffy sizes here. This is really, really sad, the fact that I have all of these Jiffies just on my shelf. So I've got this massive Jiffy bag, covering up my face, massive Jiffy bag here. So if your items are quite big, you can get lots of different size Jiffy bags. And these are all by Aerofoil. These two are unbranded, but I can definitely link these below. You can buy a box of 100 for around about the £10 mark. This would be the C5, the DVD size Jiffy bags. The smaller ones are a lot cheaper, but just make sure that your items do, as a matter of fact, fit in here, and don't just really squash them in here, because I must say I have received bits and bobs where, let's just say that you try and force that into there. Yes, it's going to just about fit, but it's going to be all squished, and by the time the customer receives it, it's not going to be very well presented. So I hope this video was helpful to you in some way. I hope it gave you some ideas. Check the description box below for all of my recommendations as to where to get your packaging from. And as well, just a little tip, the company that makes these makes all sorts of colours, so just be sure that if you have a very unusual brand colour, this shop will literally make your Jiffies in whatever colour you want. So amazing. I will see you guys soon. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already for other Etsy videos. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon.